All right, welcome everybody. So glad that you guys are able to meet. This is our first agenda today on November 18th, 2020 at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be discussing the positives and the negatives of online and face-to-face learning. I know that this is a big issue in a lot of households in our country today because of COVID-19. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves, and then we'll get right into it. My name is Brittany Chesson. I am seeking a bachelor's and an MBA in Human Resource Management. My learning style is hands-on, so online learning has not been the easiest for me.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Timur and I'm from Russia. And my goal is to finish my bachelor degree in computer technology. Uh, my specialization is a software developer, and my learning style is distance learning, and I like how it goes right now in learning.
Hi, I'm Haley, and I'm going for an early education major. I personally prefer learning virtual, so I enjoyed this class because it's very easy.
Okay, my name is Anita, and I'm currently studying my associate degree in business administration. And my main goal is to have a bachelor degree in accounting from USF. My learning style is online. I prefer online classes because I have a full-time job, and this is easy for me to manage my time and take the classes online and watch the videos and everything.
Hi, my name is Mace, and I'm currently pursuing an associate's in network administration. The reason I prefer online learning so much is because of its flexibility, and I also enjoy. It's always been the easiest way for me to be able to get grades, in my opinion, because there's less external factors that I have to worry about.
Awesome. So glad everybody got to introduce themselves. Now, Timur is going to be talking about the positives of online learning.
Okay, the positives of the online learning is that when you have a distance learning, uh, you have a flexible schedule. You can set a time for classes at any time you want, because and it's great for people who also work it while attending the college. And also uh, it can be less stressful for the some people who shy to talk with the people, and attending uh, with a lot of people.
So some negative things about online learning is communication with peers and teachers. Knowing exactly what the teacher wants can be a little confusing, especially if there's a lot of instructions or there's not enough instructions, so it kind of is hard sometimes. It's really important to have discipline and to like know your schedule and to be on top of it each week. It could be hard, like especially if you're working and you just get too busy and you forget about your class. It's very easy to forget about from personal experience. Also, some people need hands-on learning to actually understand the material, so it's very important to be in class and actually learning and seeing what the teacher's writing on the board. And also, it's healthy to have a social interaction on a daily basis with your peers and just being able to talk to people. And yeah.
So I'm talking about positive, about face-to-face. It's good for some students that you can ask the teacher face-to-face any question about the material. So some students like the examples when the professor is there, so you can ask any question and say, hey, just explain me with an example. Also, you can have the different tools from the university, like computers or printers if you don't have it at home. So then you can use it in there. Also, they have a tutoring that is good for some students that cannot learn so easy. So you can have your tutoring and they can teach you. You can also socialize with the students, and you can have friends, and it's easy to have friends when you are face to face. Online is a little bit different, and that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario, and the reason that I don't enjoy in-class learning and the reason that I'm a little bit against it is because, think about it this way, right? We've all had that one class where either a teacher or student is just being completely obnoxious and you can't actually pay attention. As a student, I have ADHD and I can't actually focus on what the teacher's saying, so they can't provide for my mental health services that I would require. When I'm at home, I can go ahead and just have a completely controlled environment, but when I'm at school, it's a ton of external factors. Let's say the principal's assistant comes in, that's just taken away from the day, you're off the lesson, and then you have to go back and focus on it again. Things like that are just random throughout the day, I can't exactly cope with or deal with as easy as other people. So in-class learning is a little bit harder for some students. That's why they prefer online. And that's it. All right, well, COVID has affected pretty much everyone, I can comfortably say. And I want to go ahead and talk about this a little bit. So it's starting to affect schools, right? It's affecting high schools, it's affecting middle schools. I mean, what are you guys thinking about that?
That's good. I like it.
Do you think that children should be going to school or?
Well,
Yes, I do think that.
yeah, my daughter, like you, she's 8. She has ADHD as well. And she's suffering because she's not in school, because she has her toys and her puppy and all of these external factors that are like pulling her away. She'll be eating Doritos in class, like just chomping away, eating these Doritos, petting the dog, just not paying attention to school. But when she goes to school, she's at the desk. She has the paper in front of her. She has the teacher telling her, okay, it's quiet time. So she really needs those rules. And she's fallen behind so much since COVID started. And we had to sign her up for a math tutor because of it.
I think this is like prime learning time, especially for children that's your child's age, because this is where they're learning everything, like the important things and their bases. And this is like the foundation of their whole education, and they need to be in class because their teacher, it's like hands-on, they're little and their brains are everywhere, so they just need that support from a teacher.
That's right.
The social structure that a school brings is actually very important in the learning stages of a child's life. And I feel like that's the most important factor for me, at least, that if I were to have a kid, I would want them to go to school at least for the first 10 years of their life. Having a basis of friends and understanding what is wrong and what is right is very important for a child. So that's at least my 2 cents on it.
I agree with that.
Me too. It's easy for us because we are adults, so we can manage our time and we can maybe have that connection. We know about internet. Everybody I use a computer, but kids are so hard to manage a computer or learn. And can you imagine if you have more than 1 kid? So you have 4 kids and you have to teach them all the classes, and you will be crazy. So it's a little bit hard for them and for the parents to teach their kids and take the position of a professor or a teacher, and it's so hard. I think that the kids are struggling right now a little bit.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason that as adults we're so well with time management is because we've had the consequences in our life to be able to know what is acceptable and what isn't. That's why we're a little bit more focused on what we're doing in online learning.
Yes.
But I do agree that elementary school, at the very least, and middle school should definitely be more engaging with the students. It's very good for them to have actual physical practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
They also need some friends. They make friends when they're in school. They are so happy every day that they wake up. They say, I'm going to school. They wrap their lunch bags and everything. But now they don't have that opportunity and they feel alone because can you imagine that parents are working? So maybe a brother or big brother or sister are taking care of them, and they have to help them. And it's not the same. They maybe create a big relationship with their parents and the brothers and sisters, but they miss that connection with other people, socializing with kids. So, and it's so hard for them.
Also, Also,
No, go ahead.
some kids don't have like good at-home lives. Like their parents aren't really around and aren't really there to help them. So I feel like that's really hard to like say kids shouldn't be going to school because you should be scared of COVID, but like really they need that foundation, you know? So yeah.
But distance learning can be good for the action childs. Like, be, for example, my brother, he's very active and he just can't sit in a school for the half of a day, and he's more and it's easier for him to do the homework at home because he can make breaks, do whatever he wants, and then continue doing his work.
Yeah.
That's a good outlook on it. I didn't see, I see a lot of negatives, but it's nice to see some positive from it.
There's definitely positives and negatives to both sides. That's
Mhm.
always going to be true for anything. So
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody else have any takeaways or anything that they want to add on online or face-to-face learning?
Anita, I liked how you talked about one of your points, my favorite points was being at school and on the campus, you can have access to printers and computers and all that good stuff. That's very important to college. So that I thought that was a really good point you said there.
Thank you, Haley.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll never
Um,
forget my first semester in college. I was so nervous to come back because I'm 26, and so I skipped a good couple of years there, and I went to the tutor center that SBC has, and they helped me with an English paper. And holy moly, do they know what they're doing? It was so amazing. That is something I really, really love that SBC has.
yes.
yeah, the staff there have always been helpful no matter what, and it's really nice to have. And they're actually handling COVID relatively well for being a non-dormitory school. So
Yeah, they have a lot of resources for people who, like me, who are so used to in-class learning, switching to online. They have a lot of like online tutors and things like that,
right.
a lot of resources. And I know that they have some mental health resources as well.
I don't know that. For me, it was easy in the beginning also because I started last year and I started online. But I already have a degree from Puerto Rico and English is my second language. So it was so hard in the beginning to have online classes because I have to understand everybody and I have to write documents or papers. And I was so confused because everything was different. So I have to go to SPC in St. Pete to have a tutoring with the professor, and they teach me, they help me in the beginning. It was basically the first 2 months I was tutoring after work. Sometimes in my lunch I have to go to the university, have that tutoring, then come back to work. You know, they have different times and you can manage your time to have that help because they offer everything that you need. You just have to take advantage of all the tools that they have for you.
Right.
As much as I like online, I will admit that my favorite experiences in classes have been with a really, really nice professor in person. Those they're always they're not exactly gentle. Mine were more criticism, but it was still nice to have feedback and have like a person to talk to if I needed to.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this has been a great discussion, everybody. I'm so glad everybody made it. And hopefully we'll meet again soon. Bye.
Have a good day.